day, great day, great day, great day. So, hey, hopefully everyone's having a phenomenal day. My name is Rich Wall Street Williams. I'm from Momentum Consulting and Momentum Consulting. We believe that education plus application makes all the difference in the world. I'm just really excited with sharing this information that I'm sharing with you today. Periodically, time to time, I take the opportunity to share information that I believe will help professionals move forward, have the type of success that I believe that you desire to have. And so that's what today is really, excuse me, all about. And that is getting that information, getting it into the hands of people that are going to do something with it. A little bit about my background, about myself for those that don't know. My name is Rich Wall Street Williams. Now, listen, I don't have time to unpack how I got the name Wall Street Williams, but just understand when I tell you that it is a long, long story. And I'll make a long story short. I was working for a financial annuity company, downtown Bethesda, Maryland, and I'm walking into the office. I'm part of a sales team, and one of my coworkers kept saying, "Rich, you walk like you have money. We're going to call you Wall Street." I was like, "No, you're not. You're going to call me Rich." And they just kept calling me Wall Street, and so the name stuck. And so that's where we are today. But today I want to talk about, have a conversation that there is a difference between momentum and movement. There's a difference between momentum and movement, and understanding the difference between momentum and movement can make the difference between having or ending the year successfully and or not ending the year successfully. By the way, so we're broadcasting on our LinkedIn live event. We are also on YouTube. We're also on the Facebook channel. And if you have comments as I'm going through this on LinkedIn, just drop your comment. I'll answer your comments the best I can. And if I don't get an opportunity to answer your comment and or your question, make sure that you leave the comment, that you comment or you write your questions, what I'm trying to say. I'll make sure I get back to you. By the way, those that are on LinkedIn, yesterday, I posted a link that will take you directly inside the room that I'm currently in. So that way we can have a little bit of one-on-one interaction at the end if you have additional questions following the information I'm sharing today. Again, activity is not the same as progress, right? So being busy doesn't always mean that we are being effective. And, I want you to think about a time that you were busy but you felt stuck. I mean, you're coming in every day. You are doing the work every day. You're showing up the way that you're supposed to show up every day, but you're feeling stuck. If that's you, then I'm glad you're on this call today, because you're the right crowd, the right person that I want to have this conversation with. Over the 20 plus years that I've been doing business consulting and working with sales professional, my personal passion is to help sales professional maximize their career. And part of maximizing your career, your professional career, is navigating and being successful individually first. I personally believe, friend, that you got to become better internally first. When you become better internally first, then it will expand and spread to success and being better outside first. And so over the past 20 plus years of doing this, meeting with sales professionals and consulting and having conversations of individuals that are busy. I mean, they're checking the box there. They have the to-do list. They're going through the to-do list, and they are consistently feeling like they are not accomplishing what they want to accomplish. And if that's you, you're feeling that way, I am so excited that you're on this webinar today, because hopefully you're going to hear something today that's going to motivate you. It's going to move you into a position of getting unstuck. I mean, who wants to be stuck? I mean, think about it. Who wants to be stuck in life? Who wants to be in a position where you are checking the box, right? You are doing the things that you need to do, And however, you're still feeling stuck. And so movement is simply taking action. Momentum, on the other hand, is forward progress that compounds over time. Movement is simply taking action. See, that's why you can take action. You can check the boxes, right? You can check the boxes and still feel like you're not accomplishing anything. And still feel like you're not accomplishing anything. That's because that's movement. That's just simply taking action. And the momentum is now you have this compounding activity. It's building and it's moving you forward, right? Movement equals action without direction. There are endless tasks, endless meetings, endless distraction that's keeping you from accomplishing the thing that you want to accomplish, right? And so, and again, I'm having as we move through this, and I'm talking fast, friends. So here's what I need you to do. I'm going to talk fast. You need to listen slow, or you can just play this over again and again and again and slow me down, pause the video, etc. But I wanted to get all of this in 30 minutes or less. Some of you are on your lunch break, and I want to be respectful of your time. Think about this. Where are you moving, but you're not progressing? Right? We're teaching this. I'm approaching this as if you and I are having a one-on-one coaching right now. Right? We're doing a little bit of one-on-one coaching. Um, where are you moving, but you're not progressing the way that you want to progress? And hey, friend, I'm available if you want to have a conversation offline. If you want to have a set up a consultation, it's free. My desire, my heart is to help business professionals be successful. My mission is to help a million sales professionals, small business owners, and entrepreneurs hit their goal, maximize their life as it relates to the assignment, the goal, the mission that they have. So momentum now moves us from to purposeful, compounding progress. Purposeful, compounding progress. It's fueled by clarity, focus, and consistency. Clarity, focus, and consistency. Let's just talk about clarity and focus for a minute. Clarity is understanding what you want to accomplish, when you want to accomplish it, and how you want to accomplish it. Friend, that's clarity. What you want to accomplish it, when you want to accomplish, and how you want to accomplish it. It's clarity and focus, right? So when you have clarity and focus, that turns into efforts that gets results, right? A business growth, and then there's personal fitness, and then there's also spiritual progress. I believe spiritual progress is a vital part of success as part of the equation. So you got to have that spiritual progress in place. So let me just unpack spiritual progress just for a moment. Spiritual progress is me understanding what my core values are to the extent that my core values, they drive my decision making process. Spiritual progress, understanding my core values to the extent that my core values drive my decisions again and again and again, right? That's to me spiritual progress. And of course, for me, I'm faith based, and part of that spiritual progress is, my time in prayer and meditation is part of that process. But I just wanted to unpack that just a little bit for you. So I want you to be able at the end of this presentation, be able to see where there's momentum and see where there's uh, only movement. Movement is checking box the task. Momentum is compounding results in action, right? Compounding results in action. Let's go a little further. So shifting from movement to momentum means that I have to establish objectives first. You got to establish objectives first. Establish objectives first. What do you mean by that? So I need to understand what my why is, the purpose first, before I plug in, before I lock in to activities, right? That's establishing objectives. Some examples. So when I do, like for example, I did some real estate training not too long ago, and so I put on a board the A's and O's of real estate. The A's and O's are real estate, and it's the same. The A's and O's in sales. A's mean activities. O's mean objective. What a lot of sales professionals do is they be busy. They have a lot of activity. They check the box. They're prospecting. They're knocking on doors. They're sending emails. They're sending text messages. They're creating campaign. They're doing marketing. They're posting on social media. And if you're posting on social media, if you post once and never post again, that's vain. That's a waste of time. You got to be consistent. It has to be coordinated. You have to follow your algorithms. You got to know what your target audience is. When are your target audience looking at your information? 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, all that kind of good stuff. Activities versus objectives. So you have a lot of activities, but what a lot of sales professionals don't do, unfortunately, friend, is they don't say these are the reason, the objectives. Establish your objectives first. Let me see if I can do this real quick. All right, here we go. I'm going off script here just a little bit because you know what? I want you to be successful. Okay, so I don't know how that looks. You can see the A's and the O's, the A's and the O's, right? So what a lot of sales professionals do is what I'm just saying now is they have a lot of activities going on. See that? A lot of activities going on. What they don't do is they don't establish objectives first. What I'm saying is do this first. Establish your objectives first, and then only do the activities that support your objectives. So let's talk about from a real estate perspective as an example. So if I'm looking to close more deals by the end of December 31st, 2025, I am not going to invest more time and money in marketing. Marketing is about tracking, prospecting is pursuing. I am going to drill down. I'm going to look at prospecting activities, and I'm only going to do a certain type of activity, 2, 3 types of activities every week. And I call that the TOT, Tom, Oscar, Tom, the time on task. So if I'm looking to close more deals by December 31st, 2025, I am not going to spend more dollars marketing and advertising. That's not what I'm going to do. What I'm going to put my money on, what I'm going to invest in is discipline of making the phone call, discipline of prospecting activity, whether it's text messages. Now, listen, there are exceptions when it comes to social media, and I understand that. A friend of mine, Mr. Chris Perry, if you're in the DC metro area, Chris is he's in the top 1% of real estate agents in the DC metro area. 77% of Chris' business comes from social media. Yeah. He built a track record. He understands the algorithm. He knows when the audience is online. He has very specific messages, and so they only do certain things to that target market. That's not what I'm talking about for you. If you haven't done a Chris Perry type of Chris Perry type of research and time on task to get the kind of results, then that's not what I'm talking about right now. Friend, I'm talking about you sitting down, being honest with yourself and say, is this working? What is this? This is whatever activity that you have going on. Is it giving me the results? We're in sales, and in sales, I need to see results right away. I need to see results in 30 days or less. And did you know it's possible as a new real estate agent, or even if you're an experienced agent, did you know that it's possible to get results? And I'm talking about signatures in less than 30 days. It's possible. But that only works when you are focused on your objectives and only do the activities that support the objectives. I hope this is making sense. So establish your objectives first. Eliminate distractions. Close the door. Put a sign on the door. In my past life, I was a Keller Williams team leader. I was in Keller Williams franchise. Shout out to Gary Keller, amazing organization, Keller Williams, and I was a team leader. And so I had this thing, the chef's cooking. And what that meant was when my agents in my office, when they saw a picture of a chef on the door, they knew that they know, hey, Rich is prospecting. He's building his business. Don't knock on the door. And so every day from a certain time period, I had chefs cooking, had a picture of a chef on the door. And my agents knew They knew that if they saw the picture of a chef on the door, who's the chef? I'm the chef. Because if the chef don't cook, nobody eats. Right? And so I only did the activities that led to the results. That's what I'm suggesting. Establish your objectives first, eliminate distraction, and then begin the process of small wins first. Daily small wins equals to yearly measurable results. Let me say that again. Daily small wins leads to yearly measurable results. If you want to increase your business 10 to 15 to 20% in 2026 over 2025, it's not going to happen in one single action. What will happen is you will have a multitude of objective oriented actions that's going to take you to where you need to be. Consistency creates unstoppable momentum. What does it do? It creates unstoppable momentum. Don't just move forward with purpose. So listen, activity doesn't always equal achievement. Make sure that you move or you go from just having movement, which is checking box, to momentum, where it's compounding results. Identify at least one area. Friend, I want you to find at least one area. What's one area that you can shift from movement to momentum and do it this week? Don't wait, do it now. Okay, don't do it now. You're on this call. But after this information, after this webinar, do it. Busyness doesn't always mean you're being effective. Checking boxes, the to-do list doesn't always necessarily mean that you are busy. When I consult with newer agents, and I love newer agents, my target audience when it comes to real estate agents, if you've been in real estate 3 years or less, or if you close 5 transactions or less in the past 12 months, you're the person I want to connect with. And so busyness doesn't always mean that you're being effective. And finally, friend, I'd love to connect with you outside of this webinar. You can connect with me on Instagram, officially Rich Williams. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Motivate Podcast Show. You can follow us on Facebook at Momentum 100X. And then if you want to create real momentum in your business, then what I recommend that you do is not only do you connect with us on a social media platform, but then take the next step and say, hey, Rich, what kind of information that you got to help me take my business to the next level? We have a lot of complimentary ebooks, manuals, videos, and things that we can send you to help you be successful. So I hope you found value in today. I'm Rich Williams from Momentum Consulting. At Momentum Consulting, we believe education plus application makes all the difference in the world. I'll see you soon. Have a successful day.